On this episode of Dietitian Life, we talk about dealing with disgruntled clients, giving value without giving value, talk about allergies and the upcoming course that Peta is doing, and maybe some questions around how you deal with anaphylaxis and allergies. When should you introduce food? Should you avoid it? Check it out. Let us know what you think in comments. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Dietitian Life, where we tell you about our weeks and may rant now and then.
Wish you weren't here.
She's commenting on my shirt and my attire again.
I've got a cute little necklace.
What is it, a ladybug? No, it's a flower in it.
It's blown glass.
It'd be better if it was a ladybug.
Got it from Sunshine Coast.
We're on the Sunshine Coast. What do you mean you got it from the Sunshine Coast?
I knew.
Alright, so our weeks. Before I get started on my weeks, just feel like ranting a little bit. just read some material from someone pitching to dietitians to grow their business in different ways.
Feeling this
Yeah, Peta decided to stick it in front of my face before we started this video. It just annoyed the shit out of me because basically it was telling people, they marketed the information as if it was going to tell people how to greatly and significantly increase their income. And then when you actually get through to the resource, it's absolutely nothing and it's jack shit and it's just like a brainstorming page. So,
which is great, good idea.
Look,
however,
good to brainstorm, but
don't double my income.
Don't do clickbait just for the sake of clickbait. So no matter what industry you are in, if you're doing that, you're going to have a race at the bottom and people are going to get pissed off.
Like, you know what it reminds me of? Those at times when I'm feeling the need to read some celebrity gossip, you click on it and it's giving you that tagline. You're like, okay, I really want to know, and then you get there and you're like, you didn't tell me anything. It's like it's a
no one even heard what you said.
You get on it, you click on it, and you have to scroll down. It gives you like one line, one sentence, and it tells you nothing. It's like that was a waste of my time, and then never go back there again.
So basically, just if you're going to do clickbait, make sure there's actually a bait and hook at the end of the day. Like, do not just put it out there and then it ends up being bread instead of a prawn. I just kept rolling with that metaphor and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm pretty keen on both though, like.
Prawns on bread would go down. Either would hook me right now. But this one was just an empty hook. Had nothing on it,
And then nothing, just keeps rolling.
Nothing, keep going. Dig myself a hole. But, alright, so now after that little slightly obscure rant, my week. So I brought a sheet in and Peta didn't this week, so I get to do the same thing to her. Alright, so pretty much I updated the whole company, so I try and do it more often, but sometimes I don't update the company of all the shit that's going on behind the scenes. So we sent an update about different stuff we're doing in the marketing space, improving SEO, the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing, as well as talked about new sites, new opportunities coming up, what the plan is and possibilities, and then also let them know about new staff changes, people that we're looking for, invited them to kind of put up any dietitians that they know that would be suitable for positions, because we like to hire like-minded people, so sometimes that works. And what else did I rant on? Hey? Holiday. Oh, I'm going on leave in America for 3 weeks, so Peta will be doing Dietitian Life by herself. I might do a little one maybe, try and do a live. I don't know how to work the time zone difference because I'm in America, but figure it out. So yeah, doing that, I tend to take time off before the end of the year, just because the end of the year is kind of my time to get ahead of everyone. So while everyone else has stopped, I can go hard, and then if we can just get through the period and Peta can take the reins, make sure nothing goes up in flames while I'm away. Then it all works out, and it works out in the end, and gives people an opportunity to stand on their own feet without having a crux of me hanging about. So we'll see.
How often would you normally do your big
once a year?
Update? No.
Big update once a month. I think that is valuable for the people that are working in your organisation that have no frigging idea about what else you do behind the scenes or what maybe you're doing. So you're not seen as some figurehead that's doing no work and they're just working for you. You need to make sure that you're either showing them what you're doing and have outcomes, or have good communication in terms of letting them know what you are doing to help them sustain their workload or build their workload or build the business and build a reputation.
It's also a good opportunity to highlight the good work that particular people within the company are doing, and also opportunities for their potential growth as well. So not only to let them know what you do, but also what other people within the company are doing.
Yep.
It's good. I don't know if you were reading an email and as a big organisation you were...
So quiet today.
I'm feeling tired. You were a little fish in that organisation, even though you never would be. It's really cool to have yourself identified within an email. I still get like, oh, that's Peta. Oh, yeah, that's me. I still like, oh, that's me. Irrespective, and I'm sure that other people would also feel exactly the same way. So it's just the opportunity to make that person
so we
feel
talked about
awesome.
New clinics that we got in different areas. Possible new strengths of the company with new staff coming on. Talked about, I guess, good feedback that we got from clients via email and stuff, which we obviously can't advertise because it's a testimonial and not allowed to do that. But just highlighting, I guess, the good feedback that some practitioners were getting. So it's always good to have the pros and cons, and also have a little bit of a pump me up rant about improving what we're doing. We've slipped off a little bit in terms of what our results were for clients earlier in the year, or more so last year. And then just about giving them kind of some ideas around how to improve that, both in terms of what we do with the client, but also how we communicate it, which is probably the biggest hurdle.
I'm sure everybody can attest to that. Where you do so well with a client, you kind of get into that false sense of security. The client does, they've gone really well, but as we know, if we focus merely on weight loss, that 3 to 6 month mark is generally when things either keep going in the positive direction or they start heading up, that way back, returning to weight. So some of the strategies that Tyson and I have also enforced to people around that is trying to then start fresh with the client, whether it be starting a new something with them or just actually pretending like they are a new client and saying, okay, righto, let's reassess you and let's put a new plan in place for, say, the next 6 months. And it helps to not only invigorate the client, but also yourself, because otherwise you get rolled into the motion of the same thing. I already know what they're doing, when we know that they're often not doing what they were at the very beginning, but they aren't telling you often all the information because you're assuming that you already know it all. 100%, and that everything's fine.
Yep.
So that's really, really helpful, and I think that can sometimes be why results might falter or slow, just because we get into that space where we don't really need to work or push harder with clients because we've already done so well with them.
So always looking to be better, always, forever. Also applied for, nominated for other business awards, so Optus Business Award, and I think there's a young entrepreneur one. I don't know. I don't really know, but that's happening. It's due today. Another one due tomorrow. It's Friday today. Also, we had a motivational interviewing professional development with Shane Jeffrey, so we invited him to do a private session with our crew. So it was really good. The feedback that Peter and I have got from practitioners so far has been really positive. Some are already implementing the strategies that they learnt. So that was really positive, and we had almost everyone there. One person was in a flight at the time. That was the only person that didn't show up, I think. So that was pretty cool. So 30 faces there on screen. It was pretty cool to see.
Can draw a crowd.
Yes. Spoke to different practitioners about optimization of different clinics. So there was some problems which a lot of people in private practice have about if the practice is taking care of the appointments, they might just book them willy-nilly across the day and end up with these massive gaps, which is an absolute waste of your time. So it was about talking to the practitioner about how to communicate to the practice manager and the people that are booking about how to do that effectively. And a lot of the time, the tip is, say you're doing a half day first, fill that half, and then once that half is filled, they can open up the others. So whether that would be a morning or an arvo, fortnightly, weekly, or you're alternating, doing that is easily one of the best strategies for making sure that you don't have this really sparse day. That being said, you're still going to get people that don't show up, even if they confirmed, and you're still going to get people that cancel the day of or the day before. So it's being okay with that as a possibility, but that's why we always say try and pack your day as tight as possible, because you're bound to get 2 or 3 no-shows on average, especially if you're doing bulk billing clinics.
Or you're not going to eat or drink or wee or poo.
What? Jesus.
I'm just going to keep adding these.
What are you going to say?
Just character.
You're saying the dietitians are not going to?
Yeah.
What do you
Those
mean?
occasions when everybody shows up.
When everyone shows up, yeah. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does happen, you're in a little bit of strife. But in that way, like taking a minute to go to the toilet, smash some food on the way back from the fridge. Yeah, just make sure your lunches are really, what would you say?
Smashable.
Make sure your lunches are really smashable. Up and go in a
Squeezy yogurt.
muesli bar. Yep, squeeze
No,
yogurt.
chew the yogurt. I mean, muesli bar.
Yeah, but I can chew that, wash it down with some milk. I don't know, I don't like washing things like that down.
I
But
don't like that
yeah,
idea.
no, I don't like it either, but I said it. Peta likes to have Ravita banana peanut butter with some honey. I can't think of much worse than that combo, but she likes it every single time she has lunch. Hey, you hate half the food I eat, so.
I don't hate any food really, to be honest.
You don't like YoPro?
Well, this is true. I don't like the artificial sweetener twang that it's got.
Doesn't really have a twang.
It does. It has that stevia twang about it.
Doesn't have a twang. We're talking about it in our company-wide WhatsApp chat this week. There's a lot of banter going on about what the best yogurt is.
No, it was around the new Trofit that's come out because everyone wants to try it. Yeah, anyway, and I went and got the vanilla one, which apparently was the worst flavour I could ever go and get. And passion fruit was slightly better. I do love a good passion fruit yogurt, but...
Did it have like seeds in it?
Yes. But it was mixed through like the normal Chobani, but it was set on the
yeah,
bottom.
so it's mixed through and Trofit. There you go. That's why you try products.
Yeah, but it still had that background.
I don't know, I have to try.
Stevia.
I think my palate's probably a little bit better than Peter's.
I don't like sweetener. It has that twang about it. It's like protein twang. It's like
Has that twang? Yeah, but you'd rather have like you made like yogurt in your house, didn't you?
yeah.
You hung yogurt, and that was the most foul tasting,
No, it's
smelling.
labneh. Actually, it's
Labneh,
like fermented kind of cow, goat's cheesy.
I think if you go back to one of our first videos, we talk about it. Did we?
Did
Pretty sure. I don't know, but it was for the.
It's like
It was at least on our
Philadelphia.
Snapchat. It was on our Snapchat.
That was ages ago.
Yeah, it was ages ago.
So long.
Do you want to make it again for the Dietitian Life crew?
I really should.
There you go. Peter's going to make labneh.
You said that with like, how do I say it? I'm just going to
Yep,
put an E
I
on the
did.
end.
I did, because I'm like, labneh? Labneh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're rambling, but it is disgusting. So I can't wait for her to show you. And if she brings it in, I will be out of the room. Also, just looking to optimize different stuff with the social media again. Trying to get better about what we're kind of doing. Peter and I talking about development of a bit of a program or course. So
We've already kind of nutted it out.
Yeah,
This is
nutted it
my
out.
little-
It's just-
my little project while he's away. So please keep me to it.
every
On
week,
task.
every week, please just message on the comments. Go, are you still doing Tyson's task? Are you still doing Tyson's task? That would help me a lot.
I'm going to do a lot more live videos as well too.
Yes, and then the other thing I did was booked a house for Christmas party. So renting a house for our company Christmas party in Brisbane. Haven't decided what we're doing in Melbourne yet, but should be good. Quite a lot of people in a small space, but should be a good time.
I've been on the phone a lot this week. I was away, so I haven't actually worked a great deal this week. I've been trying to train myself up for next because I'm travelling, so I'm going south and taking the pedal off.
She got her geography right. Yeah. That was the first time. Holy shit, that's the first time.
Can do it.
Oh no, now they're going to make the video of me doing this.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
All right. Oh god.
Yeah, so that's coming up next week. So I'm going to visit a number of practitioners. I've also got a course. So if you haven't been watching on Instagram stories, I've been smashing out some allergy, intolerance, anaphylaxis quizzes. They've been really good. There's been heaps of interaction. So thank you. A lot of mixed answers, not a lot of agreements, which is good. So hopefully
a lot of wrong answers, though,
learning. Right? Yes.
A lot of wrong answers.
Well, actually, I've been getting a lot of messages from people within the company, and they're super excited that they've got majority of them right. So that's good.
Wow. Yes, for us. Too bad about everyone else.
Yeah. Well, no, it's fine. That's the whole point. It's like you identify what you don't know. It's good because then you go, okay, righto, I don't know that. I want to know more. And if you stay tuned and watch all of my tips over the next coming weeks, because I'm going to be in Canberra next weekend doing a refresher course on allergy and anaphylaxis by Aspia. They actually do really good updates on anaphylaxis around preventing, treating, dealing, management, and dietitians within that space. It's free. You get a download certificate at the end of it. If you get the answers wrong, you can go back and try them again. So,
but how difficult is it though? Like, if someone's gets anaphylaxis from something, this is
where you have absolutely no idea about allergy.
Prevent them from eating the food. Oh, you anaphylaxis from peanuts? All right, don't have anything with peanuts in it. No, Make sure you read labels. Well, so what?
So the course doesn't actually say things like that. It's more around. So they present you with case studies around a situation and give you some suggestions about what you should be doing in those spaces. Also trying to get some clarity around if someone looks like they're dying, then obviously they are.
EpiPen.
Yeah.
That was loud. Sorry.
Would you know how to put it in? Can you put it through clothing, over clothing? If someone is completely closed over or compared to somebody else who's just kind of having a bit of a cough or a bit of breathing difficulty, would you think that they've got asthma? Do they have anaphylaxis?
Yeah, but like,
knowing then what do you do?
Are you doing feeding therapies with a client and then they're going to be eating in a consultation? Because I don't think I've had a single consult. Maybe one consultation where someone ate something in my consult.
Oh yeah, no, I've had plenty of them. But what if, say for example, their grandma kissed them and she had a peanut butter sandwich before they came in and all of a sudden then developed an anaphylaxis reaction? So it's not so much then what you would do.
No allergies in line.
It's a bit of that, but it's also then just trying to get some clarity around when we're seeing clients who have reported with particular conditions, then obviously what our role in that space is. There was a lot that I still probably needed some clarity around. It's around GP's roles, it's around paediatricians' roles. The allergy stuff, which is a little different to the anaphylaxis, is around all the different sorts of allergies, the different types of presentations, what you would do, the risk of not growing out, which ones proceed throughout adulthood, which ones you can actually get rid of. Black and white stuff. So some of the questions I've been putting on are very black and white, yes or no answers. So it's more around your own understanding, and then obviously what happens if you've got someone presenting with breathing difficulties, asthma. Can you die after having an ant bite? Can you actually become allergic to anything? Just simple stuff. So it's good, do it.
But allergies have got to do with the protein in the food, right? Or the item that happens.
Yeah, but you can become allergic to anything.
Yeah, so can I get allergic to tables? I can get allergic to tables.
Yeah, 100%. There's something on the table that you're obviously allergic to, not the persistent.
No, the actual table.
Yeah, it's just your immune system responding negatively to that and then priming it. So, and if we look at allergies in general, we don't really know why. We know that you can, but we don't really know why because it's such a complex field, and you can get sensitized and exposed early in life. You can have an allergic reaction the first time you have something.
See, that's what I'd be interested in. about like the whole research around whether or not people should be feeding people, like should be eating peanuts during pregnancy to try and prevent peanut allergy, and the same stuff around breastfeeding and doing the same thing.
What's the answer to
I've got no freaking idea because I've avoided food intolerances and allergies for...
So there is no consensus to avoid, and the recent studies on the LEAP study and all that sort of stuff say that we don't avoid foods that potentially are allergenic, and even if we've got a family history of them, we don't, because it's more likely to then become sensitised.
Yeah.
If it's already out of the house and you can't eat it because you've got an allergy yourself, then obviously it's not going to happen. But there's, say for example, if you're looking at kids, there's 3 sets of kids. There's the kid that's going to sit on the fence, never get an allergy, doesn't matter what you ever do to him, he's going to be 100% fine. You're going to have the other one that sits on the other side, doesn't matter what you do, he's always going to be allergic. You can try your best, but unlucky. And then there's the ones that sit right in the middle, that it does matter what you do to them because you can push them over the fence so they can stay sitting on that side. So you've got allergy versus not. And so you've got these ones that don't really need to actually change anything really. Apparently it doesn't seem to make a difference, but the ones that does are the ones that sit in the middle. Like you, for example, potentially you could have fixed your issues if we change your upbringing.
Oh, jeez. Mum will not be happy.
Yeah, I know. We've had conversations.
Jeez.
But yeah, so just interesting stuff like that. The problem is obviously with that sort of research, it takes such a long time because you need to follow people for a long time. So moral of that story, go and do it. Yeah. Other things this week, lots of chats around dealing with. So one conversation I had this week was, what do we do when we actually have a disgruntled client at the time of the appointment? How do we manage that? Obviously, we can do our best to keep the situation relatively calm and level, and we'll do our best to kind of spin it around. But say, for example, someone's having a bad day, you've turned up and it doesn't matter whether you've said the right thing, the wrong thing, at the end of the day, they're just having a really, really bad day. Does it affect you? What can you do about it? Is there a way to fix it? Does it then negatively affect that relationship moving forward? Could it potentially be one of those things where that person, well, that dietitian was shit and terrible, and then speak poorly about you thereafter? What do you do? Like, what would you do in that situation? So,
what, when someone's pissed off?
Yeah, so they've come in, they've got that face, it doesn't matter what you said to them, they're instantly pissed. And then throughout that consultation, it's constantly one thing after the other, and they hate every suggestion that you have, everything that you say. I
wouldn't have given a suggestion.
Is pointless.
I would have just said, what's going on, man? Or woman.
So you would have...
Tell me what's going on.
Call them out on their shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, with every single client?
Most, because if they come in with that and you know, like, you either, approach it, or you are very strategic with your communication around the actual communicate, like the actual recommendations that you would give. So, and also the information collecting, because a lot of time when they're pissed off, they don't want to give you information. So you constantly like peppering them. Like if they say, oh, I had Weet-Bix in the morning, and then you go and say, oh, how many Weet-Bix? Okay, how much milk? All right, is it light milk? Then they'll just get pissed off. Imagine if like you just didn't want to talk about something and someone just kept just...
A big one is the men when they do this.
That's just standard body language. If you can't read body language, you need to go to school for it.
That's one of them, but it's often, I suppose, generally, let's say that most dietitians are women, and for whatever reason, that woman and the woman are not interacting very well. They may not do the typical bloke standoffish, so a little bit more of that catty, backward conversation, those backhanded comments. And
they also get fidgety.
Yeah.
Like when you ask them different things. I don't know. Just like right now, Peter's quite fidgety.
I have been the whole time. Been playing with this.
Yeah, so I don't know, how would we deal with it? It's very individual. Like you've got to read the body language, you've got to read the actual communication, you've got to test the waters in terms of asking a question, seeing what the response is. If it's very short, and then every question is short, so say if you ask 3 questions, they're all short, I would then approach him and just go, well, what would you like to get out of today? What do you come in for? And then if like, look, I just don't feel like it's today, whatever, just like, look, that's all good. Like, if there's anything you want to talk about, we talk about now. Otherwise, let's just leave it for today, and then let's just book an appointment for next week when you've got over whatever that is. Don't say when you get over whatever that is, but, just just leave it for another day and don't feel bad about it. You may feel like, oh, but I haven't done anything with the client, but you've actually done quite a bit because you've actually allowed yourself to build a relationship with the client to allow them to come back rather than to push and then you lose them forever. So I think it's that short-term versus long-term thought process that dietitians have trouble with, that you think that you have to do something every single time that you see a client, otherwise you're not giving value. Bullshit. You can give value without giving a recommendation. You can give value from the relationship aspect and allow them to then be positioned effectively for the next time where you might give 3 recommendations. So that would be my... That's it. That's our weeks. So if you have any questions about any of that, especially around the disgruntled clients, please hit us up. Remember to check out our website, dietitianlife.com.au. There's some cool shit on there.
Check out my feed, my Insta feed for all the questions. You will learn a lot, even though there's apparently nothing you can learn. If someone's, dying, then obviously they're allergic to something. Having learned anaphylaxis reaction.
Look, I know there's a lot that I don't freaking know about allergies. Come on, I know.
They've been the one that
very well
people have actually got wrong a lot, is the anaphylaxis ones versus the allergies.
It's so simple. But that's dietitians thinking too much rather than thinking, all right, they're allergic. Oh, fucking avoid it. All right, over and out.